Fueled by C4, Cellucor, and Extend. Use the code Clydesdale to get 20% off at checkout at c4energy.com. On Clydesdale Media, where we bring you the widest array of content here on our YouTube channel. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Hit that notifier so you're first to know when new episodes are available. Bam, we're here. I forgot to pull us into the studio. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Clydesdale on the road in a hotel room. You guys asked for it this weekend. You get it. This is Monday night at the CrossFit Games. Hopefully you can hear us. This is our road setup. First time at it. So hopefully you can hear us well.
Yeah, comment if you can hear us good.
I see Kenneth in the chat saying, yo, Semi's doc, chef's kiss. Still making my way through it. Well, what the hell you doing, Kenneth?
It's been out
for like 12 hours. Come on, dude. He asks, no robot belt, Jamie?
I have it. Don't you worry.
So yeah, we wanted to jump on. Everybody says we sound great.
Oh, good. Perfect.
So we are here in Madison. We checked in today, got our credentials. First games credential for Jamie. In the media realm. Underwhelming.
Yeah, it was pretty low key.
Yeah, you look down the hall where the athletes are checking in, and they're getting they have to have pack mules with all the bags of stuff they're getting, and we get one pink wristband.
Yeah,
that's it. On your way, little peon.
Quick and easy. It's all right.
So yeah, it's been a fun day. I want to thank everybody for the feedback on the doc. There was a lot of hard work on that. Wish I could edit out the one mistake. It's just our internet here is so bad. But I will be, I don't want to make excuses like Kenneth is right now, as to why he didn't watch it and why I didn't edit it. So it's on me. Hopefully tomorrow we get a good stream of internet and I can get that swapped out real quick. But yeah, fun times so far. We checked in. We kind of went up around the media area, checked that out a little bit, got to hang out with Ariel Lowen and her husband for about 20 minutes, hanging out there with her. She was talking about all the swag they got.
Yeah.
And the elite athletes got an ice barrel. An ice barrel. And she was so stoked. She said that's the one thing she's not giving away.
Correct.
In the Texas heat, she is going to use that ice barrel all the time. So she was super stoked for that. Then we kind of meandered way down the stairs, and really age groups start tomorrow. So that is really the big focus for the first couple days. And we ran into Bryn Cup, who is competing in the 14 and 15-year-old division. I actually had the privilege of interviewing her at Wadapalooza. Her mother was diagnosed with cancer, has been battling that the last year. Her mom is in full remission now, and Bryn has made it to the games. And that girl could not be more excited to head out there on the floor.
They had the whole crew. They looked ready.
Yeah, like mom, dad, brothers, sisters.
Big support crew.
Awesome. The whole thing. And she was so stoked for
everything.
Swag.
Yeah, well, everything. Every event. She's excited for the weekend.
Yeah. Jamie asked her, what event are you most looking forward to? And she said, all of them, except for the one that's going to be boring.
Yeah.
And then I asked her what was her favorite piece of swag. And she was like, all of it. And the shoes. And all the shoes.
The ice barrel.
Yeah, and the ice barrel and everything else. So, yeah. So the ice will not last long. That's True J Birch. Wad Zombie says Jamie looking incredible as always. I'm really getting tired of this. I need to find a new co-host because I get none of the love. I know. Doesn't even have the bicep showing tonight. Still getting all the love. They like the colors that Noble went with.
Yeah, a little more colorful, huh?
Yeah, some blues. Yeah, and I saw a lot of people got their pictures in the colors this year. So we will. Well, thank you, Elise. That means the world. Scott looking incredible as always. Yeah. so yeah, we hung out with her for a little bit. Then we ran into Jamie's coach.
Yes.
So we got to hang out with Tristan for a little bit and catch up with him. He filled us in on some of the stuff with Kelly. And when we ran into him, actually all the athletes were heading out for their orientation of the grounds. Just kind of being shown where everything is. And then we ran into Brian Wong.
Yep.
Who is, if you don't know that name, you should.
You should.
He was a mainstay in the Central East region. That region that had Mr. Froning and Mr. Hendren and Dan Bailey and Scott Panchek and
right.
And Graham Holmberg and all those. And he ended up winning the 35 to 39-year-old division last year.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that probably that pedigree of competition helped him immensely. But what we talked to him about is, he won it last year, and this year you've got Scott Panchek and Sam Dancer, both who were in the Central East that he had to compete against back in the day, giving him a push. And we asked him if he was excited about that, and he actually said, yeah, he was.
Yeah, you always want to compete with the best, right?
Yeah, he wants to throw down and he wants to see what he can do. And he's a very humble guy.
Very,
very humble guy. But he was smiley the whole time we were talking to him. I think he's excited to get out there on the floor and super stoked about that. So, oh my gosh, dude. Wad Zombie, you are the best, my friend. Oh my gosh. I think he's becoming my best friend. And I don't think the breakfast burritos will compare.
No.
Here. Actually, for dinner tonight, I had steak and eggs. We went to a 24-hour breakfast place. Perkins. And I got some steak and eggs for dinner tonight.
It was free pie night, so
we'll go into that. Free pie night, and Jamie couldn't be stopped.
Well, the pie I wanted was gone, so I had to settle. It was delicious, though.
I do have to show come on. Wad Zombie's the best. Wad Zombie and I had a good talk the other night, so I appreciate him so much. He's a good dude. So we found out it was free pie Monday, and Jamie's like, well, yeah, I'm getting the free pie. And then the one she picked, they were out of.
Yeah.
So she went for the wild berry. They were out. I had to go with the cherry.
It's good. It was hot. Came out hot.
Yeah, blazing hot. I think they stuck it in the microwave. We love you too, Nick. Are there Bob Evans? So Judy, in Columbus, that's the home of Bob Evans. I don't care to eat at a Bob Evans on the road.
Yeah. We just sort of settled with Perkins, but it's right next door.
There's a taco place right next door, but it closes super early. And so we're thinking one of the nights we get off a little bit early, maybe hitting that, and then doing a show after from the taco place. So anyway,
back to Indy.
Back to the age group.
Yes.
So I want to ask you, you competed in the 35 to 39-year-old division. There's some big names. One big name missing.
One big name missing.
One big name that they did not backfill.
Mm-hmm.
So first, what are your thoughts about that?
Oh man, you don't want me to go into that.
I do want to.
I've
I
been
do want to
stewing
go
in
in. I
there
do want to go
for
into that because Aunt Haynes was brought in
that day.
days ago.
It was that same day, like that same day.
I think it was after, well after.
Yeah. It's very frustrating. 2 years in a row that there's going to be 9 people on the field for the 35 to 39. I mean, one of the strongest divisions, one of the biggest pool of people to vie for those measly 10 spots that they dwindled it down to, and to not have a full floor is just it's just so frustrating.
I think it's a crime, but I truly, and I said it to you and Tristan today, I think they are afraid of the risk of allowing another backfill in that thing that will do better than the people who qualified. And it'll just show the fallacy in online qualifications.
I mean, they have to be aware of that though. That kind of stuff's been proven time and again. I mean, Bailey Rail made that point a couple years ago. It just is the nature of it, and it's more reason to allow the backfills and let it play out where it plays out.
Yeah, so everybody's saying that they sent emails and they thought it would work, but it didn't. And Corey says, grr. So now Kenneth is going to email them about not reading their emails.
Good, Kenneth or Nick. You should do that. Or
Kenneth.
Kenneth's doing that.
Kenneth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, they probably won't
He
read
is
that either.
he is writing a sternly written memo
Appreciate it.
To get that shit handled.
Appreciate it.
So
Well,
yeah, you're right, Corey. Online qualifiers are full of cheaters. So now that we've got the bad news out of the way, you got some big names in that division. Yes, China's not going to be there, but you still have someone that you've competed against, Amy Morton, Stacy Tovar, the legend. You've got Chelsea Nicholas you've competed against. Who else?
Danny Horan's in
Danny
there.
Horan, sure. Belinda Becker. Paulette Casey, who's been on the show. Lori Clement, Svetlana Veselova, and Carmen Ruiz. So you've competed in this division. How do you handicap this?
Oh, I don't know. I feel like so tomorrow we have test 1 and 2 back to back type situation, the lift into their farmer's field. And actually I much prefer the way they are doing the lift for age group and adaptive. They get 3 minutes per lift. So
yeah, as many attempts as you can make.
Go out there, hit your weight, which I feel like is the way it should be for indies too. So they have their lift, and then they go into the farmer's field, which is basically the poor man's pig chipper.
Right.
And then they go into Helen to round out the day. In my group, I would say I'm excited to see Chelsea on the lifts. I'm excited to see what she does there. I think Amy will do really well in the farmer's field. And I would think Stacy will crush Helen. It's just your classic.
So what I found interesting when I talked to Stacy is she's addicted to lifting now.
Yeah.
And so it's going to be interesting to see if that has improved because of her. That's her fun time now.
Mm-hmm.
Is lifting.
Mm-hmm.
Is she going to switch a little bit as an athlete? And she's always been my favorite. Yeah. So I can't wait to see her do that. But you're right, Chelsea's going to blow that lift.
Yeah.
Both of those lifts up. So I'm super excited about that. So late for a Monday. I'm going to have to make my coffee for tomorrow night. Stacy in her first hour lift before, or 1 hour before. Yep, that's what we're talking about.
Right.
Are you guys covering the Masters? We are. Yeah.
That's what we're gonna do for you the next couple days.
Yeah, and we've been following a Masters athlete that's made it to the games. So he is going to be in the documentary that's going to conclude after the games, which is going to come out as a series, not a one long documentary. It's probably going to be a 4 or 5 part series kind of finishing up. And it's going to be Rudy Berger, who's in the Masters division. It's going to be Emily Rolfe, Kelly Baker, who we've been following all season, and Alex Gazan, because her husband is shooting for us this weekend. And I already got a hug from Jake Gazan today. So that was really cool. Rudy made the game's IG today.
Cool.
Very cool. So yeah, we tried to get a pre-interview with him tonight, but he is a defending champion. And so the nerves are already starting to kick in, and he declined the pre-interview tonight. So hopefully we'll get to talk to him tomorrow during the events, not during the event, but like in between the events, and kind of see what's going on, or at least talk to his crew. I'll go up in the stands and get some stuff with because I know he brought a pretty big crew from Columbus to the game. So that'll be fun. But let's talk about, so overall, who's your pick in the 35 to 39-year-old women's division?
To win the whole weekend?
Win the weekend.
Oof. I don't know enough about Amy's running, but my pick would probably be Amy.
Okay. Dang. Bruce. Oh, I might have to kiss you when you show up here in Madison. You are the man. So Judy, well, we'll get to Rudy in a second. But remind me that.
Going up in the ages, Judy.
So I'm picking Chelsea.
Yeah.
In an upset. Backfilled in. And I think that's what I think that's what needs to happen to make change. Have the backfill win the whole damn thing.
Yeah, that would be cool, huh?
And I am picking her to beat my favorite of all time, Stacy. My heart wants Stacy to win, and I love Chelsea. I've grown to really, really love Chelsea. I've talked to her a bunch of times this season. She is so friendly, so fun. So she's my pick. And it's more for the political. I want the backfill to win. Yeah. For Jamie. So then the men's division
35-39. That's
freaking stacked. If you're a fan of this sport and you're not watching that, like something's wrong. Sam Dancer, Adam DeJong, Steve Fawcett from the UK, Scott Panchik, Brian Wong, last year's champion. Yeah, Ioannis Papadopoulos. Wasn't he in Vegas Vacation?
No.
Oh, that was Nick Papadopoulos. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Josh Marundi, Julian Lopez, and Gintes Patricus. That's your.
And it is an international flavor of Masters athletes right there. Bruce, you canceled. Oh no. I thought for sure we were going to get to see you. Elise says she can't pick between Sam and Scott. You all can't make me. Well, what I said to Jamie earlier, which was cold, very cold, is that neither Sam nor Scott has proven to me in the last 5 years that they can stay healthy in a competition weekend.
And I said, I feel like the 7 of 8 events of Masters is going to bode well for Scott. I think
didn't the 6 events of semifinals didn't help him.
That was That was equipment.
Okay.
They've
The
rounded all
dude
that
has
up.
had 74 knee surgeries.
Fine. I think he's a good pick.
My boy Brian Wong is so underrated,
Dude's
but I'm
well-rounded.
picking Scott Panchik.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, for sure dancer in the lift, right? Tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
And
Unless he's, yeah.
And then I think Scott's going to do amazing in
Well,
the
and
field
Scott isn't going to be far behind Sam in the lift.
Yeah. Right, which is what's going to hurt Sam because
Right.
there won't be separation.
Sam may win by 30 pounds, but it's only going to be one place.
And then Sam, I mean, I don't know, Sam might do well in the farmer's field. But I think Scott will crush that. I think he'll crush Helen.
It just has to go up. So Judy Reed says he doesn't look like a Wong, but I guess I don't look like a Reed.
Yeah.
That made my night, Judy. That made my night. But I think Brian Wong's going to come in second. I think it's Panchik, Wong, dancer. That's how I'm going.
Like those picks.
So then we move to the 40 to 44.
Yep.
Another stack division.
Yeah, I'm excited for these women.
Your new friend,
Becca Boy Miller, Andrea Pinheiro. Who else is in there?
Kelly Abney,
Yep.
Rachel Sessa,
Rachel Green.
Hope Cicero, Deanna Posey, Andrea Pinheiro. You said that. Rachel Green,
Yep.
Sam Briggs. Yeah, her. Might have heard of her.
Yeah. I am
and Megan Apostolaris.
So lift. I think that Pinheiro is the heavy lifter in this group.
Pinheiro.
Yeah.
Okay. Not Sam Briggs.
She's my spirit animal.
Yeah.
And then I think Rebecca's gonna do great at the farmer's field.
So remind me. So it's jumping over the pig.
Yep.
It's farmers carries around things.
Yep. They have I believe the totem bar and the wall ball, just like the.
Okay.
And
yeah, and her height's gonna. Yeah. I would say Jen Ryan would kill it, except for that wall ball is gonna.
Yeah.
Because she is very slight of height.
I would pick Jen for Helen. Because she's just such a good runner.
Oh yeah.
The cycle speed on the gymnastics. So that's my pick for tomorrow. In that group.
Judy says he doesn't. I want to know his background. Maybe he's Asian like my kids.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know his background. We'll have to.
We'll have to ask him tomorrow.
Yeah.
So yeah. So starts of the weekend. It looks like a little bit of Becca, a little bit of, and the 5K Sam's gonna win.
Yep. Jen's gonna do amazing.
Sam's gonna win.
Okay.
Sam's gonna win.
It's gonna be a fight. That's gonna be.
Jen may be second again, but yeah, Sam's gonna win.
I think those two women's times
and
are gonna be...
and Jen's gonna way outlift her. So who do you got?
I don't know. I think I'm gonna back Jen this weekend.
I think I'm allergic to microphones because I really haven't coughed that much all night.
No, you haven't.
Gosh, it's so. I gotta go Jen too. I want to be different, but I think she's more well-rounded than Becca and Sam. So then we get to 40 to 44 of the men, which is Rudy Berger's defending champion. And to answer your question, Judy, he is at Chalk Dust CrossFit in Powell, Ohio, about 3 miles west of where I live, which Polaris is about 1.5 miles east of where I live.
Just beat it out.
Yeah. So that's where he is from. I'm trying to pull up my list, but I am slow.
Men, Casper Myrup, Ryan Woodall, Michael Leverrier, Christian Jensen, Bruno Militao, Kane Hayes, Roy Viger, Rudy Berger, Chico Casada, Zamer Zarur, and Frantisek. I don't know. This last name is another.
František Urban.
Very good.
There we go. Yes, Judy, kind of by the zoo. So just east of the zoo.
So Roy and Rudy are the only Americans.
Yeah. So Roy actually works out down by Corey.
Oh.
He's the one that runs that Louisiana camp. I think he runs it. That Rudy went to, that Matt Poulin went to, that Corey went to. So yeah, so he's the guy behind all that, Roy.
Okay.
So him and Rudy are actually pretty tight. What the heck?
What's happening?
You guys.
Please.
You guys are just way too kind. We will rock this week for you guys. You guys are the best. Oh my gosh. Southlands. Yes, that's it, Kenneth. Yes, you are the man. Oh my gosh, Elise. Your undying support has been so amazing. Thank you. So yeah, so I didn't know about Southlands until I started covering Rudy this year. And then that's when I learned about Corey. I learned about Matt Poulin. I learned about Roy. And Roy asked me for a selfie at Pasadena because of Rudy and all that stuff. So yeah. So with that, who do you got in the 40 to 44?
Man, so I don't admittedly haven't followed the men's side as well. So I don't know. Like couldn't even tell you who's the heavy lifter in this. I couldn't even tell you who to pick for the lift or the
So my problem is recency bias.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I have been embedded with Rudy all year.
Mm-hmm.
I would put his fitness up with some of the best elite athletes in the world. So it's really hard for me, for a guy that's been training with Scott Panchek for the last month, training with the Franco's Misfits crew this last month, and just slamming it down. I think when he sees his competition, he's even going to be better.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited for him.
And so I think he's going to defend his title for sure.
I think that's fair.
So when we get up into the 45 to 49, I'm really kind of lost. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I want to start getting better at this. And that's my goal for the next season, to at least be, oh my goodness, guys, you guys are amazing. CrossFit Corey, can't wait for this coverage. You all gonna kill it. I'll say, Corey, I don't know if you know this, but your music episode blew up. You are the best, man. I love all you guys. And I don't know if you guys know this. Since we're talking masters, let's talk some masters. A whole bunch of our listeners have qualified for the Masters Fitness Championship. Yeah. And so I am going to be in Fort Wayne. We are going to make a documentary following all the listeners That includes Jamie. That includes Corey. That includes Jeremy Eats World. That includes Dan Church. All you listeners, we're going to do a documentary covering you guys. And we're going to put that out featuring your weekend at the Masters Fitness Championship. Sarah, oh my gosh, you are so kind. Love that you are covering the Masters.
I'm excited. And like Scott was saying, even we don't know as much as we probably should know of some of the higher age groups. So I'm excited that they're separate, that they're beforehand, and we can just focus on them and go watch each age bracket, go learn their names, get some coverage, get some interviews. I'm super excited to learn more about these athletes.
I got Corey's mixed up.
Oh yeah, Corey. Yeah, you were.
It's CrossFit Corey, not Corey Leonard.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, since we're covering Masters, I'm letting you know we are doing a full documentary on the athletes at the Masters Fitness Championship this year, as long as they will have me to do it. I still have to make the ask, but I can still buy a ticket and get footage from the stands.
Yeah.
And I can still meet with you guys outside the arena and get interviews, whether they tell me yes or no. So it's going to happen one way or another.
I think they'll have you.
Thank you so much, Sarah. You were so kind. And we will continue to cover Masters. I'm actually finding it very enjoyable getting to know the stories, like interviewing Stacy Tovar and Chelsea Nicholas and Rudy. And in the 45 to 49, Kelly Friel and I have become friends over the last few years. And it was crazy. In 21, when I was here with Morning Chalk Up, Kelly Friel and I stayed in the same hotel and we shared the same grill. And I didn't know she was an athlete because she was just chatting with me the whole time. Yeah. And then she went out and won. And we've been friends ever since. And I always tease her that she's on the same trajectory as Tia and Matt. She took second her first 2 years at the games, and now she's on a run of 2 consecutive wins. And she's just aged up to 45 to 49. And she is favored to win again this year, which would be 3 in a row. So those are the same trajectories as Matt and Tia. And so I want to send her some love. And she was going to do an interview with us before the games, but she had to travel from the UK. She was staying with Sam Briggs and Emma McQuaid prior to the games, and just probably got busy having fun.
Some good company
with those crazy women.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, we will definitely have her on right after the games, and we will definitely shoot some stuff with her.
We'll grab her off the floor. Sure.
Yeah. Last year she was giving me high fives coming off the floor.
That's
so
awesome.
But yeah, it's so cool that we become friends all after grilling some chicken on a grill a couple years ago.
I feel like the only other, I sort of know the 65 men bracket because that's where my boy Jim was in last year. And we worked out with fellow Michigander Hugo. He's coming into the game. So I'm excited to watch him. He is newly 65 and I think he's in a crush.
Well, I want to highlight one other person who is a member of the Clydesdale family in the 50 to 54-year-old division, Julie Rappaport. Mm-hmm. If you ever watched the dating show that Kat did with Dr. Julie Rappaport, she has qualified for the games this year, and she will be competing in the 50 to 54-year-old division. So little love for her as part of the Clydesdale family. And hopefully she brings that dating show back.
Yeah.
After, I think she put it on pause because of games training.
Yeah.
But hopefully after the games, she brings that back. Yeah, and cool. We have our little love line show back. Because it was getting pretty popular there right before she took a hiatus.
So do any of the listeners have any Masters athletes that they know of, family, friends, that we should be keeping our eyes on?
Kenneth says the relationship doctor. The show was called Happily Ever. It was a twist.
Yeah.
I should know it. Happily Ever Awesome, Happily, something like that. Kat hosted it.
Mhm.
Julie Rappaport was the therapist on that. Kenneth said, good on her. I thought she looked super fit. I actually met her at MFC 2 years ago, and she got hurt during that competition. She was crushing the 45 to 49-year-old division and blew out her knee during the competition. And it's a recurring injury she's had for a long time that just comes and goes. And it just happened to go during that.
I remember that
period.
interview that you had with her on that.
Bruce said there's only one Masters I care about.
He's just so
well,
sweet.
Thanks, Bruce. I'm in the 50 to 55-year-old division. Check for me in 2028. CrossFit Corey says Jamie for the backfill 2023. That was a hashtag, by the way. Yeah, we were making jokes today with Tristan that there'd be 9 people out on the floor in Noble and one lady run out in her Fleo to compete and show that she can contend. So yeah, that's kind of the Masters thing. And then just a couple things to we've lost internet. Now we're back. Okay.
Hey.
It's sketchy
Glitchy.
at best in these hotels. You get what you get. Elise says, just go out there, Jamie. See if they kick you off.
The thought has crossed my mind, but
can you imagine Sevon's behind the scenes of the crazy lady who tried to compete in the Masters division?
Yeah, I don't need to be that infamous.
Judy, good gravy. You guys are just the best. I cannot believe this. You guys are so awesome. Looking forward to watching your coverage the next few days. Well, it's several days.
Yeah,
We're going past few. It starts tomorrow. We'll be here all the way through Sunday. So Tuesday through Sunday.
Yeah.
And we're going to have fun with it. So the other thing, correction, dudette. Yeah, she's a good dudette. I'll tell you, I'm to the point where Judy is worth the watch in the comments. She is like my favorite commenter now on all the different channels. And I can't believe I haven't met her. She lives like right down the street.
How have you guys not met yet?
And we have never met. That's got to change sometime soon. Maybe after my sinus surgery in August, she can bring me flowers or something.
I'm happy she found a gym. Found a space. Good.
So one of the comments I just wanted to throw out there, I've never been a Katrin fan. Never in my life. Until this year. And like what I want to throw out to you guys is, does her comeback story make her more likable? Or am I just getting on the train now?
Well, I feel like we were on a similar train, and I find she's like revamping herself completely, fixing the things that we would complain about under Bergeron, and it is nice to see. Yeah, I'm more on the Katrin train than I ever thought I would be. But I don't know, other people may have other opinions.
And I got to tell you that video of her and Hannah Black walking down the thing, like it's so genuine.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I've always thought that Katrin came across a little fake. And that moment is not faked. That moment is so genuine. And I'm starting to like her.
Yeah.
And I honestly think she is going to crush it this week.
I do too. I think these workouts are very well suited for her.
Yeah. Yeah, because we've been going through the workouts and we don't want to do that yet because we want to give the masters their due. And we'll do that Wednesday night. We'll start diving into some of the first events. But right now we want to focus on the masters. And I said, so CrossFit Corey says, Katrin always does good for a year or two when she changes camps. And I'm trying to pull it up. A year or two when she changes camps, and then we'll get bored and move on or retire. That used to be my old attitude toward her, but I think she found a home at HWPO.
I think so too. She just seems happy in her life in general.
Elise didn't even know there was a train. That's actually me most of my life. Is I didn't know the train was coming.
Well,
And then
Judy
said she'll bring me Dairy Point ice cream instead of flowers, and that I would like 1,000% more. Is
that just a local shop, ice cream shop?
Oh yes, it's like a local little soft serve.
Okay.
Ice, and it has flavored soft serve.
Okay.
Peanut butter, Judy. Peanut butter. And then Kenneth says, I never didn't like her personally. I was a bigger Sarah fan. I think, and it was kind of in that era where you had to pick one. Elise says, I didn't care for her, but I feel like she's got a spark and is putting in some hard work. And I
absolutely.
I think that captures it pretty well right there. Well, Jamie and I said we were going to do a short show tonight to kind of start off the week, and we're at 45 minutes.
Oh, are we? They always go quick.
So yeah, short show didn't happen, but you guys, the outpouring of love that you guys have shown in the last several months, like I just cannot say enough. You guys are just the best. Kenneth says Sarah's always picked over Katrin. And Judy says, I'm not a huge fan, but I'll take her over Annie. Ouch.
Interesting take.
Wow.
I don't disagree with that take.
Bruce said, Scott, a good dude, had a great chat at Waza and continued on to Orlando. Well, thanks, Bruce. Always love when I get to catch up with you, man.
Wish you were coming.
So yeah, so we actually have a media briefing at 8:15 in the morning.
Bright and early.
And usually it's just like, I'm always afraid I'm going to miss something, but it usually isn't much. We have a press conference on Wednesday night with Don Fall and Dave Castro. So we will report back what we're doing there. Bruce says, and I met Jamie in Orlando and was head over heels.
That's where it all started.
Wow. The Jamie love. Where's Teddy and Jess? So Jess lives down the road. She's driving in tomorrow morning. Teddy lives in St. Louis and he's driving in tomorrow morning. Rudy does not start until like 1 something.
Right.
I think I just got the official time from Lynette at 1:30.
Yep, 1:30. That's what I have.
And so they have some time to get here. Jake will be here bright and early at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. So we'll have plenty of stuff to get some coverage. And I told the other two that I would shoot until they get here.
Right.
And I got temporary approval to be in the pits for the age groups. While they're waiting for them to get here. So tomorrow night, you'll probably get a little bit of Jess. He's not staying with us, but Jess is in this huge suite that we have here.
Man,
in Madison.
We got to step up our game.
Yeah.
One of these days, one of these years.
Well, after the outpouring of love tonight, we could probably go down the street and get a suite. Because these guys are the best. Elise I'm seriously having FOMO. I so wish I could be there with all my friends. I think that's the coolest part. Like, I always say I like semifinals better, but like we had a fun time today just catching up with
Yeah.
everybody. And like we talked to Tommy Marquez
Yeah.
for a half an hour and we didn't even talk about CrossFit. We were talking about the NFL, we were talking about marriage, we're talking about all that kind of stuff. It was just really, really fun. And you know, I've said it a million times. Tommy, when I first jumped into this media world, was one of the guys that didn't let me drown. He would help me get media credentials. He would help me in so many different ways. Regardless of what you think of Talking Elite Fitness and all of that stuff, the dude he's a good dude. And there's that. Judy says, ACR, will you go to the Masters comp coming up in Fort Wayne? I might try to. Go watch and cheer. I think I've got Jess talked into being my photographer for that event as well.
I might finally get some pics.
So she will be taking pics of our group, and then we'll shoot video. I'll shoot the video. She can shoot the pics, or maybe that's a good time for her to practice some video too. And then we'll make a pretty cool documentary. Bruce says he's not bad outside TF. I have to elevate him higher than that, Bruce. He really, really took care of me when I first jumped into the media world, and I will be forever indebted to that. Because he could have let me flounder and struggle to get into any event, and he got me into places I shouldn't have been early on. So I will be forever indebted to him for that. Him and Brian Friend, they were the two that really stood up for me early on, and those two will always have a special place in my heart. So yeah. Trying to think if anything else happened today. Long drive. We're both tired. And we'll be up early to go to that briefing and then have to wait around until the first event or go watch other Masters athletes. But yeah, I make an oath to you that we're going to do our best to like learn the 49 and down for sure and trickle in maybe some other stuff. Because the Masters deserve some love. And we're going to cover them in the next couple days. Jay Birch asks, who are your 55 to 59 picks? You didn't hear us grovel that we really have no idea when we get to those levels, but our promise is to learn more and more as we go along. Is Jamie competing there at the Masters Fitness Championships? Yes. She was the number 1 seed, but she doesn't know how to
do online competitions. Yes, correct.
She doesn't know what the hip crease is. We'll teach her this week. Which division is Grubb in? He is in 45 to 49.
Yes.
I saw him today.
Did you? I didn't see him.
I either saw him or a guy that looked an awful lot like him, and it wasn't in very good shape.
I saw the regulars, all the elites, like almost everyone you can think of.
Yeah, if Grubb's in that division, he's probably going to win.
Yeah.
I think there's
one other guy that's close to him, but
yeah.
He's
Kenneth is asking Jamie competing at Crash. That is the plan.
Yep.
If she can learn how to hit the hip crease this week. I haven't really been busting your balls much today. So
I over squat.
Bruce said, I talked to Grub at Waza. He's a cool guy.
Yeah,
I've never had the opportunity to talk to
You
him.
haven't? I talked to him at Legends.
I've only
Yeah,
ever
super
seen
nice.
his like online personality.
He's the same guy. He's he's talkative, nice. Yeah.
Yeah. I should probably get him on the show.
Yeah.
I always have this like, if you're not haven't been on my show, then I have a hard time. I mean, because we've done over 810 episodes. And at this point, like a lot of people have been on the show.
Mhm.
And if you've chosen not to be,
Yeah.
you know, Jay Birch, okay, just laughing. Sarah says it's the same, very nice. Bruce has not gotten on my nerves yet. It's just all the Jamie love. Like sometimes I twist that into Scott non-love, but I'll get over it.
It's just all love.
Yeah, I know about the fitness RV and camping out at the Mayhem Farm and all of that kind of stuff. So yeah, I follow Jason Grubb. I definitely know of him. I mean, I watched Wadapalooza dominate. Like when he turns on the afterburners, nobody's staying with him. I just haven't had him on the show, and I probably need to. Yeah, we'll get Masters athletes on here right after the games, as we kind of see how everybody finishes, and I'll reach out to a bunch and try to get them on. He goes, what? One of my favorite interviews ever was Dave Hardy.
I like him.
He's
here this year.
Yeah. He makes it like every 4 or 5 years. But yeah.
He'll be good to watch.
Kenneth says, Scott, that hotel chair again looks both comfortable and uncomfortable at the same time. I will tell you it's more comfortable than the last one, but I'm not sure the integrity of this chair is as strong as the last one. So you take the good, you take the bad. I haven't reached out to him, Bruce. I will. I'll reach out to him after the games. Kenneth is not digging the painting. We were actually saying before we went on the air that it's probably the only nice thing in this room.
Yeah.
So we're calling it nice because you guys can't see. You got the best corner of the room.
Yep.
We covered up the bullet holes. I'm gonna go get some spackle tomorrow. I'm 6 clicks in on the CrossFit site, and I don't find a simple schedule. When do the individuals start? Yeah, good luck with that. Clock. We've been trying all day to find out when the age groups go and at what times, and we didn't get that till about 20 minutes ago while we were live on the air.
Yeah. I don't know when they'll update the individuals.
The individuals start on Thursday.
Right.
And they start a little bit later. I think age groups go first and age groups go last.
Yeah.
Because that's the only day everybody's going at the same time. Are y'all staying at the Motel 6? 2 numbers higher.
Two better.
2 numbers higher. Bruce, and then you're in the ballpark. Toothpaste does wonders for the bullet holes. Good to know. But you can't have the gel toothpaste. It's got to be the old fashioned white. But yeah. Thursday's going to be, yep, you got it, Jay Birch. And it is super.
Yes.
Super. But Jamie's just excited they have waffles in the morning.
Yeah. Well, I probably shouldn't speak too soon. We'll see if they have them.
Yeah, they have a waffle maker
Yeah.
down there.
We'll see if the
We don't know.
batter
We
gets
don't
put
know
on
if
the little-
battery. Yeah. So yeah, Bruce says known and unknowable for the fans too. Exactly, because the pictures we saw online, not reality.
Oh, but he's talking about for the schedule. It's unknowable for the fans.
Oh, I'm talking about the
Oh, for the-
hotels.
yeah. I know.
The pictures were not what we see now.
No. Jess is gonna get here and be like, "What did you book?"
Yeah, it's going to be.
It's fine. It was our budget.
We
It's
will.
fine.
We will update you on the lap of luxury that we are staying in this whole week. We actually got a pretty good deal on these
We
rooms.
did, so
If they jacked up the rates, they jacked them up from a pretty low area.
which makes sense.
Yeah. Anyone remember the Red Roof Inn?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have one not very far from my house, and it's
They're still around, Judy. They even have a Red Roof Inn Plus.
Do
Yeah. I think the bed massager is only one
oh
quarter.
boy. I'm not privy to those.
Okay. Well, with that, I think we are deteriorating into silliness, but we will be back with you guys tomorrow night on Tuesday night CrossFit. Tuesday night at the CrossFit Games with Scott and Jamie, and probably Jess
For sure.
tomorrow night. So if we don't have the energy,
Jess will.
you know she will. With that, I will catch you all later. Jamie will catch you all later. And good luck to those age group athletes tomorrow. We'll catch you all then. Bye,
Can't wait.
guys.